1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
Alright.
Okay. Let's still pause this. It's paused.
You would pause.
Yeah, well, I had some technical difficulties at this point.
Did you have to go to the bathroom?
No, I had a Subway sandwich.
Close enough.
Yeah, see, there you go. That sandwich is taking up most of my time. You see me twitching here. You see me twitching here. Like,
It seems like, and tell me if I'm wrong, but when you're not doing like this little cutscene thing here, it seems like you're moving kind of slow for Sonic.
that was the problem with the 3D that everyone complained about, is that, it didn't really reach the speed like Genesis fast.
No, like, I think that should be like a walking speed for him.
Alright, there's not enough space for you to really run. In this game, there's a lot more platforming than there is running.
Yeah.
Which is, essentially, if you think about it, what the Genesis was like. You know?
Yeah, no, definitely.
It's hard. It's hard. Like, I really thought about it for a while. It's really hard to take a character like Sonic and his, and what he does in the games and transpire that into 3D. Like, I know, like, a lot of fanboys and people are, like, crying and pissing about it to ask Sega to make a good game, but
You know what I say?
What?
I say fuck fanboys, alright? I'm calling him Robotnik till I die.
Me too. But, like, if you think about it, like, how else could you take a character like Sonic, who's so fast in, like, 2D, I'm trying to take this guy out, but I can't, but it's, like, it's really hard to put that into 3D, you know?
No, that makes sense. I mean, it looks like they're doing that with Unleashed.
Yeah.
Which is kind of 2D-ish.
Yeah.
Kind of 3D-ish.
You were asking me a question about Unleashed in the last video.
I completely forgot. Oh, multi-tiers. They were talking a lot and kind of hyping it up that there's different ways to go through the levels.
Yeah, multiple pathways.
Yeah, is this the same kind of, or is it strictly linear in this game?
In this game, see the thing.
It looked like you could go above stuff, but if you fell, it looked like you could be caught.
Yeah. The thing about this one is that, like, unlike Unleashed, where, like, it's there and you can sort of find it, in this one, it's hidden really hard, and you'd have to look, you'd have to go out of your way to get it. In Unleashed, it's like, from what I've seen, it looks like it's kind of there.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to look hard.
True.
Oh, man. Oh, and all the people watching, I made these videos, like, all 5 of these videos in under, how long? 5 hours?
Approximately, yes.
Approximately 5 hours. I started at 3:30, ended at 9:30. And I just remember, John, you texted me last night, you're like, let's do this tomorrow. I was like, fuck it.
Yeah. I'm not one to mess around.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was like, I don't have any footage caught at this point, so I literally got home from school, busted out the capture card, and was like, gots to get to work. Goodness.
Now, other than these 3 characters here, who else can you play as?
Essentially, what you see here is what I like to call the recycled characters. Like, what you see here will not be any different from any of the other characters you'll see.
That sucks.
Yeah, it does. In the exception of the Chaotix. If you remember the Chaotix, they're like Knuckles' friends.
Yeah.
But they're horrible. You remember the Sonic Adventure levels where you had to, like, find things?
Yeah.
As Knuckles?
I don't want to talk about it.
So many nights wasted.
So many nights, man.
But that's essentially it. It's that with them, except the levels are still designed as speed levels. And the problem is, like, this wouldn't be so bad if, like, if the items were, like, big that we were looking for. They're tiny. They're like, next time if you see Sonic in this video at all, look at his shoe. Like, half of his shoe.
F that.
Like, yeah, it's so ridiculously hard to find these things. And that's why, like, in my last video I mentioned that, like, I was gonna go on YouTube. Look how hard it is to steer with that thing. I'm fidgeting everywhere. But that's why I said in the video, like, in one of my last videos, that I would YouTube a speedrun of the Chaotix to see if anyone can do it, because, like, it's so hard. Like, you'd have to memorize everything. Oh, my goodness.
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. I'm trying not to...
I noticed this right before this little skip around pinball-esque region. One of my largest complaints of the Sonic franchise, and I have to say it, and I know if anyone ever watches this, I'm going to get a lot of shit for it, but the voice acting in the Sonic franchise has been absolutely horrendous.
Oh my goodness.
And I have no fear in saying so.
I do!
The best.
I fear the fanboys.
The best voice acting, and I don't know anyone who would disagree with me, is by far Jaleel White.
That is true.
Cool. He's just a cool dude.
Jaleel White's awesome. I'd hang out with him.
Yeah, definitely. Urkel? Come on. And he's cool. But, like, every time I hear Tails speak, I just want to punch myself as hard as I can in my kneecaps till I can't walk. It's horrible. I wish they got, like, Sam Jackson for Knuckles or, like, Ed Norton for Sonic. And then, like, every time I hear Tails speak, I just think of, like, the wimpiest, like, I don't even know. As badass as Jeff Goldblum is, it would be like a Jeff Goldblum character, like just a funny guy that you laugh at, and no one really takes seriously.
I think Ryan Drummond did well. I think, like, if you were to take the history of voice actors, like, from the Sonic movie, like, that was an anime that never really came here to America, and like, in the section of Jaleel White, I mean, like, if you eliminate Jaleel White, that's like half of the voicing that Sonic's ever did.
True.
And then, like, you just got Ryan Drummond. Essentially, all you have is, like, Steve Martin, who did, like, one movie that was translated and never became big here. And you've got Ryan Drummond and Jason Griffith, essentially, who did...
Sonic himself, I've never really been much of a... I'm not really complaining about him, per se, just the additional characters.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are complaining. And even I've gotten to that degree where I just want a Sonic game with Sonic.
I'm just telling you. And even if Knuckles is in it, Sam Jackson. There you go. You need no one else.
Are you implying that Knuckles is black?
He doesn't have to be black. He just has to be badass. And when I think badass, I think Sam Jackson with a shotgun or some various degree and a perm.
That's one of the stereotypes that, like, Sega is presenting, that a lot of fans are annoyed by that too.
Doesn't he have, like, guns or something now, or am I thinking of Shadow?
That's Shadow.
Shadow. Fuck
But, like,
Shadow.
it's like, in Sonic Adventure 2, there's, like, rap music playing in Knuckles levels, and, like, he gets, like, these sunglasses that look Jamaican, and it's like, it's almost like Sega kind of wants us to know that if he were to be a stereotype or some kind...
If we were to perpetuate stereotypes... Well, maybe they want us to know that they are racist.
Sega's racist?
Yeah, I think for the first time ever, potentially, I'm John Murphy. /Anonona. I'm saying it.
Oh, by the way, this is Anonona, by the way.
Oh, I'm Anonona.
You should be joining me in whatever commentary feels like it, / if you can decide what 3 games he wants to do.
Oh, I'm definitely doing Tekken 2.
You definitely do Tekken 2.
I saw one of your friends doing one of the Mega Man X games, and I'm a little upset about that.
Well, he'll seldom do it because he lives so far away.
Alright, well, it looks like I'm doing Mega Man X 1.
I don't know. We'll see.
One of the best games on the SNES.
Oh, man. Yeah, he'll be covering mostly the old stuff. As I will be covering most of the Sonic stuff, considering after this game we shall be doing Sonic Unleashed with a good friend of mine named Ali.
No, it's fine, dude.
That's okay. I didn't know you wanted to join me in Sonic Unleashed.
Alright, I'll comment on this next time. We're running out of time.
We are running.
Anonona / Apple.
This is me, Apple, and we are somewhat of a portion of Command and Commentary. Join us next time for part 6.